Hey and good evening. This is Obi-Wan Pez for Simplex Pachinko. I was out for a quick drive, had to do some errands tonight before I got home and was able to start the stream. So, better late than never. Here we are with Astroneer once again, and we're going to jump into the stream world. This is more or less back where I ended last week. I did actually go down into the planet and collect a few graphite in order to package a few things up and put things on here, but that's about all I did while y'all weren't looking. So I figured it was going to be a little boring. And I did find some graphite. It turns out that there was a patch like right over here on this hill, and I cannot for the life of me find any more graphene or graphite just about anywhere else around me. So that's slightly frustrating. Just need a bit in order to find any amount of need to repackage a bunch of stuff, so gotta find something. Did find a bunch of quartz laying around, found a bunch of resin, but like I said, for the life of me, I cannot find graphite anywhere, and it's probably, just beyond my perception, and figure we can, at the very least, try to take a look for it, or at some point, if it just becomes too tedious, we'll just leave. Alright, so we still got diamond for Glacio, we still got hydrogen for Atrox, and do we have explosive powder, or was that here? I think that was here. Could probably shut that off now. Okay, anyway. As soon as this one finishes, take it off entirely. Aw. Gonna run out of wind just before it happens. Seems like it. Yep. Oh well. Well, we do have 2 full things of argon, so we don't technically need this. It's not a big deal. Just pop that off and watch it go flying. Alright, so there's one. The second one here can go on this. Can pick up this stuff. Okay. We need that space, unfortunately. However, we have this space as well. And that can go inside here. Okay. I'll stick a resin on there just because. And I think I still have the... Yep, okay. Large storage can come up. This will at least double this amount of space up here. Stick that here. Stick that. Don't pick up the whole shuttle. Take the atmospheric condenser and put that on here as well. Stick that whole thing on. And I don't think I actually have anything that's really necessary to bring with, apart from what I've already got. So, alright. So we don't have to actually go for any more graphite. This is fine enough for what we've got. So Atrox and Glacio are the only two left. Atrox is going to be harder in terms of not dying. Because there is quite a lot of explosive plants. For the life of me, I can't remember what they're called. So we are gonna get going, and yeah, let's go to. Oh, sure. Let's see, just whichever one I find first. This does happen occasionally. If you have something that is literally in the way, your shuttle cannot actually launch. So we're going to set this down just over here. Really? There we go. When it's tilted, if it's tilted, then you can set it down and it'll right itself and set itself down into a space. Makes it a little nicer to work with. We've got all new organics coming off of all those plants that we just found on this planet. So that's helpful. What do we got? Calidar, which we have not done, but also we need... Alright, Atrox it is. Get some stuff toward one of the poles out here on the left. We've also got one landing spot here, which is reasonably close to this one here. So we'll take a landing here and see what happens. Do we have any... Attactus. That was the name of it. So if we see any attacti, they are these plants back here, bulbous in the center, and then they've got these like spiky parts up top which spit explosive balls at you. So you gotta watch out for those. They will kill you, and they will also detonate any explosives that you have on your person, which includes hydrogen. So gotta be super careful when you're running around. You're not gonna accidentally tag one, because that ends your run pretty quickly if you're doing a speed run. And if you're not doing a speed run, it still is a large pain to try and fix that. Alright, so we're going to head out toward this. To step on any of the plant life here. There he is, an Attactus ahead of us here. And 2. Try not to get in range, and then we will attempt to dig it up without it seeing us. So, complete. Alright, so we'll bring this out over here. Stuff like this happens all the time. You probably want to turn it so that the bare side is facing you. And this way, when you try to do your jump runs like this, you're picking up, almost never going to pick up anything but the shuttle itself. And I probably should have... Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. I was going to say I probably should have been doing the atmospheric condenser this whole time, but you can't, right? You need to be... instead of running the atmospheric condenser, I needed to be taking this whole thing and doing the run jump stuff. So in speedruns, it is usually a welcome idea to have probably less stuff just generally, and be able to still do all of your movements and have the... I'm just babbling now. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. So yeah, you want to be able to do all of your running and jumping and stuff like that, but also you want to make sure that you're able to get your atmospheric gases quickly. So usually helps to have that running as you're moving from one section to the next. Alright, so let's see. We want to get this platform up. And put this on it. Or we can just put the storage silos on the edges, because that works too. Although, okay. So put this back on the shuttle. Get the solar hooked up. That's not a good angle. And this would be better if the sun was not actually going to get into shadow. Alright, there we go. So I'll try to set this up. We'll collect something we can't get anywhere else. So methane is a good one. Let that go for a bit. And we'll need the chem lab eventually, but for right now we're good. We'll just wait. Alright. I'll try to get these as quickly as possible. That's 12. Run back to the shuttle and get oxygen while that is working on powering up the gateway. We'll just let these bottom two run out because they pretty much don't have any left on their organic. And that's it. So we don't have a whole lot of power here because it's now in the shade and there's not a whole lot of wind going. So we'll take this back other direction. It's getting to be nighttime anyway, so we're going to lose power here pretty quickly. This does mean that we will be able to hook up the chem lab here. some organic for this other couple of pieces that we ran out of. Drop the titanite because we don't need that. And we'll, if we take a resin down into the oxygen filter area, we can remove the wide mod here. And then be able to use no energy, no extra energy anyway, to collect organic. Alright, so we got the two. Possibly dropped one. That's fine. Alright. No, right. We're good. Alright, so we need, if I'm right here, we need 2 plastic. Carbon and compound. I feel like that's... No, we're good with that. What did we need? Stuff. Silicone. Yep. So we needed methane and the quartz that I left on the other planet. Oh, damn. Alright, so I think that's good news, though, is that silicone we don't need until we go to Novus. So in theory, if I've got enough graphite, we could grab a few more, or grab some quartz off of Visanya before we go to Novus, or we could find some more quartz here, which is more likely, but still. Alright, I think we've got enough methane now. Yeah, there was a reason I left all that quartz just kind of laying around there. Yeah, we got plenty of methane. Sulfur and helium. I think we need sulfur, so I will take that for now. And then see where that's going to go. Because we need explosive powder. Yep, there we go. Okay. So that we can get here. And explosive powder is going to be good for Calidor. So that's the desert planet. Steel, titanium alloy, nanocarbon alloy. So nanocarbon alloy is something nice to have. We're not going to be using it anytime soon, but at some point you probably want to build an RTG, or a radiothermic generator, which basically uses nuclear power to deliver a small amount of energy. The nuclear pile on an RTG is typically a small amount of nuclear material, so you're usually not going to create a meltdown situation like you would in like a city set, or a nuclear reactor for a city like Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island or anything like that. So at this point, we need to grab the 2 hydrogen that we have off of here. Not that one. The one inside. And not the ones that are full. Those will be a backup. Just in case I lose this one. So we need this hydrogen and that hydrogen. We'll need to swap this out again for the drill mod 3 and the wide mod, so we can drill through the planet and hopefully pull off a core slide again. We'll need another we'll need another organic in order to have a backup for this power supply, and we have plenty of resin to get down there. So we're going to have this small wind turbine to generate more power. Probably don't actually need it. And that one as well. Like I said, probably don't need it. Alright, our soil canisters, we have got 2 and they are full. And resin is ready for oxygen filters. Alrighty. This is always the nerve-wracking part that I freak out about every single time, so like, you know, quadruple check everything. Alright, then the other thing that we want to do is look around for a nice hole in the ground. So this looks like a pretty decent-sized hole here, valley at least, that we can get down into. And there we go. Oops. I was hanging out with another Astroneer by the name of SDK Phoenix. So if anybody wants to see more Astroneer content, SDK Phoenix is another person to go check out. And he he ended up attracting the attention of SES Adam. So Adam from System Era Softworks popped in and said hi, and we were talking about something, and SDK said, you know what I would really like is if you were to shorten the click point animation so that we could actually like move around and do stuff. And Adam says, oh, so make the animation longer. All right, cool. Alright, I'm going to also see if I can pull over this sulfur now to make the explosive powder while I'm away. Because that'd be nice. Alright, so that is primed. And then we can take this over here. Maybe. It's showing that it doesn't actually have the carbon. So this carbon should be on our stuff. At least I thought it was here. Did we use it already? I don't think we got sulfur. I don't think we dropped it. Not there. I was pretty sure we had it. Okay, well, maybe I dropped it somewhere. Alright, well that's slightly disappointing. Okay, so we gotta make 2 more carbon, which means we gotta make another smelter. Hooray. Which means we need to find compound and not get blown up. Alright, so just take a real perfunctory look around. I'm only seeing a ton of resin, not really any compound. This is fine. Okay. Well, looks like that's not going to happen while I'm out. Let's stick that back on there. And then we'll move this back up to here. That's rather frustrating. I wonder where I left it. Probably on Visanya, if we're being honest here. Alright, let's go this way. Avoid that as much as we can. Get some research samples while we're here. Real quick. Alright, and then start digging down. Alright, so we're going to need one oxygen filter, and we're going to need to start working on the generator. We'll need to pick that up. Alright. Let's go. Slow down a little bit. Got a hole in the ground. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay. So, once again, we're going to start the slide and then quickly switch to... It's too fast. And or there's stuff in the way. Slowly work ourselves out here. Wow. This is getting really, pardon the pun, but rocky. Oh, man. Alright, we gotta readjust. And go down again. Come on. I need it steeper. That's better. Oh no. Alright. Oh no, no, no. That was close. That was really close. So the spine, what are those things called? Yeah, there's some really nasty plants there, which if you get too close, they stab you. Get another one of these. Hold that. There's some graphite. I'm never going to be able to fit all that, but... There we go. Shut this off. Save some battery. And we've just fallen through, so now we're getting oxygen. Whew. Alright, it's always a harrowing experience. Have I told you how much I dislike Atrox? Oh, oh. There's one. And carry the other to the other side. All right. 2 quartz, which is going to be helpful for... what did I need? Silicone? Sounds about right. So again, going to need some silicone, and also then I need the graphite so we can go back up just 1 layer, and hopefully there will be some graphite similarly to how there was graphite on where we poked through. There should hopefully be another set of graphite here, or at least reasonably close. There's Astroneer. Not particularly helpful, but whatever, it's fine. Is that all? Yeah, there's a ton of graphite up there. And a spitty plant. And not enough power. Nope, 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 come on. Nope, not gonna make him fall. There we go. Nope, nope, nope. Oh no. I died. So bad news on that one. I don't know which part that was. I don't know which of the individual sections I came out of to go there. Hooray. Which means I need to go back to the center and try my hand at finding my old body. And I'm probably going to want some O2 filters for that, so... just in case. Yet again. Good news is I should be able to find my body without too much trouble. As long as I stay... Alright, we were on the... which side was that even? Oh, okay, I can't do that. That's plenty of O2. And all I really need to do is just poke my head in each of the... oh wait, that's origin. There we go. Bright node at the center. So I just need to like kind of poke my head around each of the spires that I come to, and then see which one has a hole at the top. So I was on that side. So I want to be on that side to start. I came over here, I activated this, and then I jumped off of one of these. So it is this one or rotationally symmetric. One that is right and under one of these spires. Okay, so not this one. That's it. Nice. First try. Alright, body. Cool. Found it. Oxygen filter. We'll also open. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. We have an oxygen filter already. Take the triptych because we need it. The astronium can go away. That's too bad. Quartz would be really nice to have. This resin we can just drop small wind turbine would be nice to have as well. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, so we need this. We can drop a couple of these here to move the quartz in. And then take the drill 3 wide mod and wind turbine here. Alright, we're going to activate an oxygen filter and hold the resin. And then put it back in the place where the other resin vacated. Alright, now we know that Hispine is gone, so it's not going to give us any more trouble. There we go. Now we can come up here, and we should be able to find some decent... There was some graphite that was hiding behind here as well. There we go. Alright. Make a ramp. There's all sorts of stuff up there. Okay. There's some graphite over there. Let's not jump too far. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. So, this is one of the things that might happen at the center of the planet especially, is that there's just so much stuff here that you can end up kind of overwhelming your system. So, not your computer, I mean just the terrain tool that you have. Alright, we'll take that, we'll move the resin. Put it down in its place here, and then allow this to increase our power to full, and then look around for, be a little bit more selective now. That's clay, we don't really care about clay. Graphite. You know what? We'll take this out for a sec. I'll hold that, and then we can fall down toward this thing and find our way back to the center of the planet. Where is the hole that I made? Bah. There we go. Now we can actually run. That is, yep, there we go. There we go. Alright, now that we're back in the center of the planet, there is oxygen, and the filter also ran out, so we can just stick the other, generator there. Alright, so we got some graphite, we got some other stuff to do now. We can go back to the surface. Alright. Just 1 second real quick, verify something. System's being slow, so that might take a minute. There we go. Alright, so we don't really need to get this done now. So we got 5 sulfur, that's plenty. So we'll just use this. And we're stopping sulfur, so we're not doing anything there. And helium we don't technically need, but we can collect some just for fun. And methane we've got plenty, I think. Yeah. Resin quartz and methane. So I've got enough for that. We can do that one real quick. I just put the methane up here. So, there we go. Okay, so it's on one of these other places. Oh, okay. Alright, so we gotta stop doing that. Turn that one on. Just go with these two here. Alright, so we've got 5 generators running here. And that's going to cap out our power. Really? We've got methane. What are you doing? I don't have resin? Oh no. It's like the most abundant thing that's here, and I don't have it because I put one up here. It's awful. All right. Let's try that again. So now we have the 2 silicone that we need for Novus. Take the Titanite off of here. Put the silicone on because we need those. This organic needs to be replaced, so might as well just run it. So we've got that. Pop that on there and turn it off. And we'll find an empty slot. Not on this one. And it was just my personal one. Yep. Okay. So we'll fix that slot here. Alright, then we need a cute. Alright. Is it that they turn white when I'm holding them? Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're going to pack up this. We're going to make some more packagers. There we go. So, package up that bad boy. Gotta package up the atmospheric condenser, which is up there. Like I said, we'll just grab a little bit of helium so we can be able to build an RTG in a bit. We're not actually running anything right now, so... There's just not a lot of helium in the atmosphere, so that's one of the problems with this. It's going to go pretty slowly. But at the same time, I guess we can collect some organic so we can replace that when the time comes. Not a whole lot left on this hill. There we go. One. Where's... there we go. Lost my cursor. Two. debris, which I think I left behind. Yep. Huh. Oh, that sucks. It put... It put it over the atmospheric condenser spot, and then it failed to produce any helium because of that. Cool. So that was all for nothing. Awesome. Alright. That's too bad. Alright, coming around back to daytime. That's at least going to help a little bit. Be able to see what's happening. And to be able to pick up a little bit of sunlight. Alright, so don't mess with that anymore. Hopefully it'll be fine. I'm gonna pack this up. Put this on here too. And the only thing we have to pack up that's left is the atmospheric condenser, at which point this takes its place. And it also goes on to the storage itself. Ooh, battery. That's why these are bad. Good news is I don't have anything explosive on my pack, but it'd still be annoying to die and have to come back down there. sun's good enough for now. How much are we getting for this? We're still really, really early in the cycle, I think. Yeah. So the sun's going to be on this side now, which should... in just a minute. Yep, there we go. Alright, we're just about ready to get the second. There we go. Alright, so we'll call it. Cut these off. And take this over. Oops. I'll just let it tumble down, it's fine. Alright, this is going to go on here. We're going to take that helium into our pack and then put all this up there. Alright, so I think we're done with Atrox, which means we've got Calidor and Novus left. We should be able to go to either one. Calidor, we're going to need to build... Did it again. Calidor, we need to build a smelter, so we need to have available compound, which usually is not a problem on Calidor, and Glacio and Novus. So really, I think any of them are going to be just fine. That's Silva. If you didn't notice, there is an unidentified satellite. There's Calidor. Okay, we've got a gateway here. And I'm not seeing, like, these are pretty close, but they're not really that close, all things considered. So if we increase speed a bit, we can find if there's going to be another one. It's closer to this gateway. Not really. Alright, so I think the North Pole up here is pretty close to that one. We'll go with that. Ah, nuts. That's a late gateway, isn't it? Have I already done this? Yeah, I did. Oh my god. I have already done this. Yeah, I have already done Calidor. Oh man. Alright, well thanks for coming everybody. Alright. What do we need? We need graphite in order to repackage, which I believe graphite is kind of a premium around here. Could be wrong. But, okay, we do have ammonium available very quickly. And if there is aluminum laterite somewhere nearby, that would be good. Uh-oh. Alright, if you ever get in a hole like this, you can always target your ship and get on board, and then quickly launch yourself back out. That'll afford you a fairly quick opportunity to move. Where did I remap this? There we go. Alright, we don't have any space in there. So, really need to just find a laterite and an ammonium and get us, or put a, put an extra thingy. Put an extra thruster on standby. Right, unless we're able to find. Hate that. Unless we're able to find some graphite, which I suspect again is pretty much exclusive to the center of the planet. Or, as is sometimes the case, randomly found. I got power cells, but no graphite just sitting around. That's too bad. Well, screwed that one up pretty nicely, but I think we'll just deal with it. So we're gonna lose this thruster, but that is okay. We'll lose the organic. We'll pick up an ammonium just because it's nice and plentiful here. We'll launch it then. And one more time, we've got Glacio and Novus left. So which one do we want? Glacio it is. Yep. There goes. Alright, so we did find a whole bunch of bits here at some point. And this is the landing site. So it seems. There's another one way up there. Landing sites on Glacio are almost always in a depression like this. Here is some graphite, very, very easily found on the surface of Glacio. It's one of the great things about Glacio. Probably should have come here first, because then I'd be able to find plenty of graphite to be able to package stuff. That's also another thing. If you are going to do a speed run, Glacio is a great place to harvest all of your graphite needs, and you just make a whole bunch of packagers. And like I'd shown you in one of the previous streams, all you basically have to do is stack up a whole bunch of packagers on your shuttle. So if we go like this, and we start making packagers, I'm going to set down the helium over here. And just plop that up here. Alright, we got 2 more that I dropped. There's 1. And I don't think I can actually pick it up right now because... Oh, okay, I had room. Right. And one of the other really great things about Glacio is the high wind availability. So there's not a whole lot of sun, this being an Arctic type planet, but the wind blows almost all the time. So if you have wind turbines, you're going to almost always have a constant source of power. Alright, I've got like 4 argon on here, so I can probably dump one of them. Well, you know what? I can dump these oxygen filters. Or rather, carry them with me a little more efficiently. Okay, so yeah. Just put this back. Those will fit for now. Alright, where are we? Was a gateway fairly nearby to here. Oops. It is that way. Right into the sun. Go on a nice little mountain climbing expedition. I think I see some more graphite down there. Yep. So one of the things we can do at this point is just collect as much graphite as we can here, and then plant a whole bunch of what I should have done the first time I came here. Plant a whole bunch of packagers up on the ship. fast mining is not working so great right now, but that's just me. It's not really the fault of the game. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so we got that. Start sticking these on the shuttle. And that should be it, right? Okay. Alright, so there's this giant glacier, which is essentially in the way here of finding out where these where the power inputs are. So here we've got one. this tiny, minuscule amount of power from this stuff, but better than nothing. At the very least, it will be at least nothing. Get these other ones on standby just in case the wind gives out. Nice. Alright, looks like the wind's picking up, so I think we'll be good for this one. Got it. Alright, so I'm going to stick the wide mod and the drill mod 3. I don't think there's a place for the helium at the moment. Nope. We do need to collect the 2 diamonds. So now there's a place for the helium. We'll keep that battery, because that's going to be really helpful as we get to the center of the planet here, or as we try to start heading down. And also we want to collect maybe 1 or 2. Oh no, we need oxygen, so gotta go get some resin. And then we probably want 1 right. Come back for those O2 filters just in case. Nothing really there. Got 1 more here. Probably don't need any more graphite, but you never know. that's one of the other problems with Glacio, is that there's hardly anything on the surface anywhere. Most likely we're going to be able to see some decent resin downstairs, and maybe some organic. So let's start with a shallow angle. And if we do a shallow down angle, this is going to get us down into the first cavern layer without too much difficulty. And should be able to still get back up afterward. Okay. Alright, maybe some difficulty. Ugh. We'll go under this one. Try to make it a bit more shallow. Really? There we go. Alright, so we got more resin here. Probably more than we know what to do with. Packager that can just fall on the ground. We're okay with that for now. And then we want to find the O2. Alright, now we can make beeline. Start making it much steeper. Of course. This is also one of the other problems, is if you hit stuff on the way through, you can open yourself into a cavern and end up falling to your death. So you gotta be really careful. Nope. Oh, wow. Barely saved that one. Alright, we'll get to the bottom here and dig down again. Make it steep again. Alright, we also need to make another oxygen filter. We're still getting good wind here, so we don't have to do a whole lot in the way of power generation. Lean forward just a little bit. Try not to step too far, because then the gravity just kind of carries us. We end up falling more than actually going through stuff. So much crap in the way. Quartz. Keep dropping quartz. Oh my god. There we go. we made it back to the center of the planet. $809 for that one. That's so great. It's too bad we don't actually need any more research, because that would have been great. Alright, we got our diamond. We're gonna try to follow this down to the center. And I want to mark this, just because there's some good stuff, like right above this one. I'm sure that they've got really good stuff above all of them, but, you know. Alright, diamond. Diamond. Take one, bring the other to the opposite side. Alright, so that's 6. We're going to go back up to the bright node up top. And all we got left is Novus. And we got to bring our silicone to that planet. And that's going to be it. That's everything, right? I think we're good. Yeah, we already have sulfur, so we didn't need any of that. Alright. Take that here, that here. That's already there. Quartz. Don't think we need any more, but sure, we'll hang on to it, I guess. Alright, yeah, I guess we can probably not. Ouch. Hang on. Ah, right. So now we can't actually repackage that. It's not going to work. At least I don't think so. No, it's debris now. Right. So now we actually have to go look for laterite. Back. There we go. Alright, so pick those up. We need to find some laterite. There's some laterite. Might be some that's closer, but this is the first one I saw. And we need to make an O2 filter again. Now we need to make a smelter again. Damn. Alright, we only need one of these, but still. Throw away the organic and take this just in case. So that means we need a lot of compound in order to make all of that stuff. Hooray. Alright, so we're going to drop the laterite here. Keep the resin because we're going to need it. Drop the packager. Bunch of compound here, got a bunch of resin here, and we'll come back and take those as necessary. Alright. So we need to make a small printer. If that's on here, can I actually make anything? No. Worth a shot. Okay, fine. Not that one, the other one. Alright, need another resin. I've got one here on the ground. Oh, uh-oh. Losing the wind. Give it the battery here. At least give it something. Not super great, but literally better than nothing. Alright, let's take off these gases here because we don't actually need them. And put the drift dish on these instead. Instead of being just kind of all over the place, we'll put them on that specific one. Got it. Alright. Let's try this again. Alright, so we got 4 trip dishes back here. There are 7 planets, though. I've only not been to one. Some of them are probably on Silva still. Okay. So, with them being still on Silva, this is okay. We'll figure it out. We'll take this and put it over here. Take this, put it up there. This can go up there as well. This needs to also go up there somewhere. The one thing we actually need to do, take apart or package up, is the platform. And then we're just going to leave a lot of space junk. And we'll take methane and the oxygen filters and the titanite because we can. And the helium. Let's move those down. Let's take the silicone into inventory. So we're actually going to need those next. Okay. Novus. Alright, this is going to be the last planet that we have not yet activated the core. And then we got to go back to Silva and grab all the rest of the It's going to be a delicate operation in a second because it was about to spin in front of Visanya. If I'm right, there's like only 3 or 4 gateways. So here's one. Oh, is there only 2? Yep, there's 2. However, this one's practically on top of the gateway, so that's good. And we have almost nowhere that we need to dig. So, there's a very short distance to dig down. And like Visanya, I believe Novus is mostly hollow. Okay. Did I seriously just unpackage it, or okay, there. Jeez. It was just hidden. That's all. We're good. Oops. All right, so here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Since these produce 2 power per second, this is going to be 22. We need 22 power per second generated in order to power the Novus gateway. Again. Don't need to find any holes there, that's fine. We'll just take a dive right about here. Get oxygen filters ready, and technically we shouldn't even need oxygen filters because it's going to be such a short trip, but I usually like to stay prepared just in case. Nothing worse than ending up needing oxygen filters and not being able to find any. Ironically, can't actually make any because I can't even find any. Can't find any resin. It's great. Got compound. Okay. We'll take that. Drop the Titanite. Kiwi Gamer, how's it going? I actually don't mind epsilon delta proofs all that much. Everybody else hates them unbelievably, but I also do have one of my earlier streams. I don't remember what, I don't remember which date it was, but one of them does also have it in it if you want to check in the meantime. Ooh, those are rich. So, like I said, one of my streams has a few like epsilon delta proofs that I did right in a row. So what do you think? A lot of my students are curious as to, like, why do we even make the distinction between the two? Yeah. So basically the fundamental theorem of calculus comes into it, where you're saying that the The definite integral that you're calculating out ends up being the same as the definite integral that you're trying to calculate is the same as the difference between the two antiderivatives at those particular limits of integration. So it turns out that your summation notation simplifies down to being able to use antiderivatives. And it works out so nicely once you've seen it, because it's just like, oh, well, that's super simple. All right, let's get set up here for the run. We've got generator, battery going, 2 silicone, and we don't have any oxygen, but we're full right now, and we can make it to the center. I hope. And or we'll find some on the way? Question mark? Oh no, come on. Ah, balls. Ouch. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Do not want. Now we're going almost horizontal. So we're just going to dig down and then do the same slidey bit this way. Oh no, half oxygen. Come on, go, go, go. There we go, got it. And we're into the oxygen zone. Woo. So collect. That was interesting. Collect one, bring the other to the other side. Plop that on there. This will send us back to the surface, where our shuttle's going to wait for us. All right, mission complete. We now have every single node or every single planet. If only it were that easy. There's got to be there is a slot somewhere for the. I'll just put it on my bag for now. Grab one of these packagers and grab the platform back. Technically, I guess we don't even need it anymore because we've got all of the planets done. So the only thing that we've got now to do is to go back to Silva and grab the other 2 triptychs, which are going to be at base. Don't know where exactly, but it's a depressing thought. And I believe that the statistical likelihood of us being the only living beings in the universe, even at this exact moment, is astronomically small. Now, are we the only ones within the observable universe, like within our little 14 light-year radius pocket? Again, probably not, but I guess it's possible. One of the other possibilities is that we are the only living beings now, at this exact moment, and other beings have come and gone again, that gets a little slightly depressing. Just kind of like, oh, well, if we're the only living beings now, then, you know, maybe we'll look for some sort of message or something like that out in space. Maybe somebody sent out warnings for us. Really? Alright, well. At least I got enough oxygen. Oh, that's why I couldn't land there. Somebody else was already in the parking spot. Oh, I get to collect an RTG. That is awesome. Or a mini RTG, I think. Small printer, oxygenator. More bytes, more bytes. Yeah, mini RTG. Which also fit on the single slots. That's awesome. That's another mini RTG. Astroneering basics. Unpack and install oxygenator on shelter. Is it because I've never done it? Oh no, that is collect. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, okay. Oops. Yep, never done it. Tethers. Small canister. I could have used that a long time ago. Oh no, that's the... Never mind. Landfilling. Resourcing. Gather compound. Really? Oh man, I should have been paying attention to this. Unlock, print, and attach boost mod to terrain tool. All right, haven't done that yet. Investigate the unidentified satellite, so I need to do that. Land filling, fill a small canister with soil. What? Oh, I already did. I already claimed them. Okay. I don't really watch too many calculus videos unless you're talking about, like, you know, tangential stuff like number file and 3 blue 1 brown, that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get all the trip dishes and get out to the satellite. So yeah, I particularly like 3 blue 1 brown and number file for their, like, what they've been doing lately, especially just doing really cool. U substitution. I've been introducing that to my pre-calc students because I know how fundamentally important it is and how confusing some of my students find it. So I just keep railing on them that this is really important and you need to know it, and you'll figure it out eventually. If you don't get it now, that's fine. But again, we're doing it in pre-calc, so can't entirely expect them to do it all at once there. Oops. All right, let's take all this off. Argon, methane, aluminum, titanite, helium, and then put on this thing and these two guys over here. Nope. And then we're going to take this whole thing and plop it over there. God, this base is such a mess, but all right, so hydrogen, argon. All right, then just to make sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Got to repackage the thruster. Alright, let's get to that satellite. So it should be just above the sun. Yep, there we go. There we go. Really? Huh. Can't pick up the whole thing once you're outside of that little bubble. Fascinating. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 4 slots, so we'll place all of this stuff over here. That's 6 and 7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we come over here. And now we play a matching game. So 3 circles. This one has spiky bits. This one has circular holes. This one has almost looks like people. This one's got like triangular stuff. This one's got the flower stuff. And this one's the biohazard. And here it is. Huh. My shuttle's gonna be trapped here. Anyway, activate. Alright, so our orbital cruiser is now parked, but we get an alert. tear in space-time behind us. So do we go with the ship, or do we go with the tear? Of course we go with the tear. I don't think my sprite's supposed to be there. That's interesting. We don't know where... We have lost signal to the Astroneer. Time to make a new one. So thank you to everybody at System Era Softworks who has made this game possible. It is absolutely beautiful and one of my favorites. Especially Joe Tirado, who is has been around with the community a lot and showcasing all the really cool stuff that's coming up. Ginapedia, who has been the community manager for quite a while and just recently officially gained that title and has joined the crew. Adam Brommel, who has been walking around and popping into everybody's streams and saying hi and being all around pretty cool about it. There are a ridiculous number of other people who have been involved in the project, and also the backers and everybody else who helped out with making this game at all possible. And especially to the families of those who worked on it, because they put up with a lot. And as always, for Paul. Thank you, Paul. I am going to recommend that if anyone has not seen it, go watch the documentary about Astroneer on NoClip on YouTube. It is a wonderful documentary. Makes me openly weep every single time I watch it, so y'all have done a good job with it. And I don't have another... No. I don't have another thruster. So I think I'm going to have to make a new one. Got enough for a thruster here. I'm going to grab an oxygen tank because I just feel like having an extra one. We still have all of our stuff from last time, so that's cool. And at this point, our objectives kind of shift a bit. So what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of sessions, I think, is that I'm going to be looking for some probes. So we will go and do the awesome probe scanner missions. So we need a lot of steel. We need iron, we need carbon, and we need argon. We can get a ton of carbon. We should have a lot of iron laying around. We're going to need 7. Is it 1 per planet? I think it's 1 per planet. 7 argon and 7 iron and 7 carbon. So I think we're good on that. Maybe not. No, maybe not. 2 iron. Okay, cool. So we need to go back to Glacio and get a whole bunch more of the hematite. And we should have enough argon because I had several. Yeah, we got 10, give or take. Alright, so we'll take this off, we'll take this off, because we don't actually need those on here. Actually, we'll switch. Iron and carbon. Yep. Alright, do we have any carbon just laying around? I think the answer is no, in which case we need to make some. It's not a big deal. You just burn stuff. And no, I'm not kidding. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Five, 6, 7. Alright, that should be enough. So we need a whole bunch of iron. And we're good on everything else. We got 2. Okay, I got 2 small printers just laying around. That's cool. first of all, let's go back to the satellite and exchange for the much better shuttle. Uh-oh. What happened? Why can't I leave the shuttle? Jeez. Make me panic. Alright, we'll just leave that there, just in case. Right, and I can't get back on there unless I'm close. Right, that thruster can repackage and unpackage again, and good as new. Alright, back to Glacio for a crap ton of iron. We should be able to go practically anywhere, however, the last place that I landed was pretty good. So we're going to look for the powered gateway first of all. That should be it. No. That's the one. It's pretty obvious once you see it. Alright, hematite is always on the surface of the planet or just under the surface. In fact, there might be some that's deeper down, but I haven't been paying that much attention. Where I always find it is right at the surface or just under the surface. And then we're going to go back up this way. Same direction that we went last time. Got some compound here. Not that that helps any right now. I believe there was some hematite on the opposite side of the gateway from where I left all my crap earlier. while I'm here, I actually need to create two. Oh, I don't have it yet. There. Probe scanners. So when it happens, or when I get close to an area that has hematite, I think I'm going to fill this thing up. It's one of the easiest things to do. Alright, cool. Oh yeah, this is... I'm gonna get way more than... Cool. Alright. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All in one go. Nice. Alright, we don't really need much more than that, so come back to the ship. And we don't have any room for it on the ship yet. Take those, this goes back on, and we can collapse. Okay, we'll put this one back on here and pick up energy from both of those. Alright, now, here's the fun part. So, in order to do the probe scanners, what you're going to do is either hit... Well, I've got it set for context right is C and context left is Z. Right now, context left is just a windmill, so it's not going to do anything. But context right, C, is going to be this probe scanner. So when I do this, in theory, this is saying that there's something off in this direction-ish. So up that hill. I also did mention in a previous one that I knew what it was because I also stumbled across one of the probes earlier. Oh, let's just hop in here and tumble. Now, there are many ways of getting around, one of which is also the buggies or what do you call them? Rovers. I do much prefer the rovers to walking, however. At the moment, I'm not given much of a choice. Alright, I don't... that's a regular one. We'll go check out that wreck just 'cause. Somewhere over there. So go check this out. See what we got inside this shuttle. See if there's anything good. If there's steel, that'd be awesome, but probably not. Ceramic, aluminum, ammonium compound. So ammonium and aluminum will take, just in case we need another thruster. Those are some carbon, I believe. Yep. Which we don't really need, so we're good with that for now. Just double check. We're now seeing, if you pull up your bag here, we're getting 2 solid plus 1 blinking light on the probe scanner, which is good news. So it's going to be a little bit to the left, it looks like. So somewhere over there, give or take. We don't know exactly where, but close enough. Oops. Okay, fine. Nope, nope. Okay. Well, at least I didn't die that time. Alright. For some reason, it's all mirrored now. Awesome. Alright. So if I dig around this a little bit, maybe I'll have some room. Really? Still give or take somewhere this way. Jeez, hate that. Quartz and laterite, argon, ammonium, glass, laterite. Don't really need any of that, so we'll just keep moving. Alright. Now it's over to our right. So somewhere over here in the hills, probably. Alright, there's just two of them right here. These boomaloons are a play. I think one might have blown up the other. Cool. It's one less that I have to deal with. Alright. It's like behind us over here. Okay, it's still up somewhere. Or at the very least, just that way. Can make a ramp. That's not gonna work. There we go. It's a better ramp. Nope. Okay. High ground is always a great place to look from. And yeah, it's like right there. Somewhere around this pop coral. There we go. No. Oh. At least it didn't launch me into the ground like that last one. Okay, do we see any wreckage somewhere around here? I'm not seeing any. Oh. Oh. What just happened? Why did I switch modes? Oh. There we go. That's it. It's right below me. Okay. So we'll fill up on oxygen again. Take this over here and just get in. Or not. Stuck. Ah. Great. There we go. All right. So this is the first probe that we find. I'm going to try not to knock it loose, because, you know, it's like ancient. If anybody feels like solving the puzzles, there are some puzzles that are associated with this, and it will be on the video on demand. Here we go. Pioneer 1 spacecraft. This is the Wanderer. Appears to be framing up a photograph. Oh, I didn't make one. I didn't make a camera. I should have made a camera. I also don't have extra steel. So that is the Pioneer 1 spacecraft. How it got in this very far-flung star system, no one has any idea. This being, again, Pioneer 1. So I think that's message repeating from the last time. Obviously, I wouldn't be that surprised. Pioneer 1 was originally planned to get sent to the moon. However, the set valve in the upper stage caused the accelerometer to give a faulty reading, so it ended up in a burnout velocity error, and burnout angle as well was all messed up. So the Pioneer 1 spacecraft ended up on a ballistic trajectory with a peak altitude of 113,800 kilometers. And spacecraft ended transmission when it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere after 43 hours of spaceflight, October 13th, 1958. I think, is that... Yep. So, October 11th, 1958 would be the launch date then. Yep. Alright, so we are actually going to need a bit more, I wasn't thinking. We're going to need a little bit more iron, or hematite, in order to make sure that we have enough to make the camera, and just in case we need some extras for whatever other reason. I'm going to pick up at least 2 more, unless I just don't have room. There's 1, 2. Get rid of these. I guess if we can get 1 more, might as well. Oh yeah. let's go back to Silva, start making that steel. And also, that's Atrox, Sonya. There. Get that steel going, and we can then use the probe scanner. And also make the camera. There's the camera. And the probe scanners. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, well. And on this planet, buggy is enough. Roll. There we go. Ça va bien, merci. Et tu? Et toi? It's been an awfully long time. No, in all honesty, though, I did take like 7 years worth of French, but I yeah, I ended up taking about 7 years worth of French, but it's been about 20 since my last class. So, oh man, it's even more than that, isn't it? Oh, that's so depressing. No, that's not true. It's only been 18 years since my last French class, like official French class. I will say that a lot of times I still think about phrases and stuff like that and um, try to like translate stuff in my head. Um, I've also been doing work in a French crossword book, so that sometimes helps. Keeps me limber a bit. Of course, I don't know, any of the pop culture references. I don't know, uh, like any. There's a lot of stuff I'm just missing. Ah, nope, nope. That is a gateway. All right, let's see where we are. Really close over that hill. Oof. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I made that. There's a little bridge up there. Oops. Sorry. I mean, this is not going particularly well for him, but it's one of the problems with buggies, especially, is they're just so lightweight that anything will throw them around. The rovers take a bit more punishment, but still, they've got some issues with not being able to drive up. I mean, like, who would imagine that this would drive up ridiculously steep terrain? Like, why would you expect that? And yet, here I am. Oh, I'm sure. Man. Alright. So I do need to get going, but I'm going to park. Oh, man. I'm going to try to get up there first. Let's try and maybe go this way. Slightly less steep. I do mean slightly. Alright, that does it. I mean, it's like totally cheating, right? Just getting frustrated with the roads. You make a new one. What's that, driving vertically? Because I have done that before just fine. It's not quite vertical. See, like that, you can make it. Oh, do we have a... No, okay, we don't. That's too bad. I thought for a second that was a ball. Okay. So here we go. Second message. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Don't break it. It's ancient. Oh. Alright, here we go. Oops. Kepler Space Telescope. Nope, that is not what I want. There we go. Oh. Supposed to be a signal. Launch 2009, March 7th. was supposed to be another code that was attached to this, and I'm not hearing one. So, whatever. Alright, cool. Alright, so I am going to call it a night. And just want to thank everybody. Kiwi Gamer, thank you. Especially. And I would like to see who is actually on at the moment. Okay. We have Aaron Stevie, Div the Devastator, and Lynn Marley. I imagine that Div is probably going to sleep pretty soon. He's playing Satisfactory. Steebs is doing Marvel Spider-Man, but again, she's also US East. And Lynn Marley, she's playing Phasmophobia. Yeah, let's throw it over to Lynn. She's fun. She's also been on for a little bit shorter of a time, so maybe she'll be on for longer. I don't know. We'll see. Right, so thank you again for everybody out there. Probably I will be doing another math stream on Wednesday. I don't expect to do anything between now and then, just because I got a lot of other random work stuff going on, so that's the way it's going to work this week. So thank you all for coming. I will see you all later. This is Obi-Wan Pez signing off for Ensimplex Pachinko. Have a good night, and I'll see you out there.